Warning! Barry is stupid.
Hello everyone and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for The Flash season 3? Episode 16, Into the Speed Force. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm your host, Clio, and with me I have Dom and Nikki.
What's going on?
It's too many shows.
Too many.
I don't know what's
many
what.
shows. Yeah.
Not enough.
What?
We need at least 4 more CW superhero shows.
I mean, they could do it, but no thanks.
Did you guys like this episode?
I did and I didn't. I'm kind of like on the fence with this one.
I don't know how I feel.
It was really, really great to see Eddie again.
Yeah.
And I think those are the only two parts that were interesting to me. The rest just seemed like I've seen it before, or it was predictable.
Yeah, I mean, but I guess like the whole point of this episode was for the realization that Barry has to do this by himself. This is not on the rest of the team.
But was that really what the Speed Force wanted him to learn?
I think so.
I don't think so. I think Barry's taken it the wrong way. Because, alright, Speed Force Snart says, Barry, you still haven't learned your lesson. You're still not learning your lesson. And he says, you can't have other people, doing... You talk about sacrifice, but you can't have other people, do the sacrificing for you. And then, not 5 minutes later, does he let Jay take Wally's place, where it's like, but... what did we just talk about, Barry?
Yeah, I mean, it's...
And then Jesse goes and takes Jay's place on her 3, and it's just like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a domino effect, and it's terrible.
Idiocy.
Well, what we know based on the future is Barry has to be there, so Barry couldn't sit in the Speed Force for the rest of his life, right?
I know, I understand that.
So, based on that, and then the fact that he's not leaving him there. He's leaving them there temporarily. They said they're going back for them. They've all agreed that. As soon as Avatar's done, they're going back for Jay. So, it's kind of like a temporary, I'll hold things down here, and, I don't know. Jay's very intent that this is the end for him. He said, I'm in my golden age, and I was like, oh, really? We're going to go start talking about golden age and silver age and all this stuff now?
He was a golden age hero.
I know. So, he's past his prime and he's lived his life and all that. So he's kind of admit defeat.
Okay, here's the problem with the whole Jay's whole part in this episode. And I might just be paranoid. I've been paranoid before. But Jay shows up in the Speed Force and he's like, Cisco came to my Earth and told me, and I'm like, bullshit, I didn't see him go to your Earth. I don't believe you.
Well, I believe after the fact, because when they get back, Cisco says 3 speedsters come in, only 2 come back. So Cisco had knowledge that Jay went there.
I don't know,
Though we didn't see it, that line from Cisco makes me feel like, okay, well, he knows 3 went in, him and Wally and Jay. And Wally and Barry came back, meaning where did Jay go? So I think it's just you being paranoid, Cleo.
It is.
It's scary when things happen off screen and characters talk about it and you don't know that it really happened because you didn't see it for yourself because you're the viewer and it's like, oh my god.
But I still feel like it's a part of the same test.
I'm one of the biggest people for if you didn't if somebody dies off screen, they're not really dead, kind of. Like, I'm the biggest advocate of that. And then you get to ask Nikki, even when characters die on screen, I'm still not convinced they're dead. We went through this on a show we just wrapped up. 2 seasons later, after the character died, I was still fighting that they were alive. And guess what? They came back. But
they were dead.
That's a different story.
Came back.
That's a different story. So
yeah,
but
was not the last time we saw them.
I'm not like, I'm usually like one to fight that tooth and nail. But Cisco's line totally cleared that up for me. I was kind of in the same boat as you.
I feel like it's still kind of a test, and Barry's failing.
Yeah, I mean, the Speed Force also was not very truthful. The first time when they meet Eddie, right? Or when Barry meets Eddie.
Yeah.
All you have to do to get Wally back is make it through the elevator. Make it through those doors. No, that's not true. You had to go through like 2 more tests. You lied. Mm-hmm. You said all he had to do.
Yeah, well, the Speed Force, I think, is also a little vindictive because, it trusted Barry and Barry betrayed it.
But they also said they allowed him to do it.
Yeah, meaning they didn't stop him. But they gave him his powers thinking he would not do something as stupid as Flashpoint, and then he did it. And they were like, well...
We allowed you to do it.
Yeah. I think they were just like, well, it's not the literal worst thing that could have happened, but it's pretty fucking bad.
I also feel like they want to send their time wraiths and like the Black Flash after him because, fun. Let him make these mistakes so that they can inevitably just send their minions out.
Well, I was under the impression that Black Flash was still in the vault, that they locked away on Legends. And then to really not get ahead of ourselves, later on in Legends we find out that's not the case, but...
Well, I mean, Thawne in Legends said that the vault was not going to hold him for long, so I'm sure he got out very quickly after that.
Yeah.
It just gave them, the Legion of Doom, enough time to escape.
Yeah. Yeah. It seems like Black Flash's attention is very split right now.
Yeah, well...
He's a quick little guy, so you know what? I think he can handle it.
Yeah. Got a lot of work to do.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
He's the speedster Grim Reaper, and they all keep defying death. So
he's not doing his job.
Yeah.
No, he's I think he's underestimating, and he's getting more and more mad that he's failing. And then one day he's just gonna go fucking bonkers, and somebody's gonna die.
The speedster
Grim Reaper. I'm not sure how much emotion there is there.
Speedster Grim Reaper has one job. One job.
One job.
And he cannot even do it.
To be fair, they were all very fast.
So is he.
I know. Yeah, I liked seeing those characters again.
I mean,
Martin.
Was I alone in thinking when I saw Caitlin with the baby, I was like, oh my god, it's a baby Julian.
What?
Yeah, I wasn't even thinking Roddy and her had a kid. I was like, it's her and Julian's baby.
Her and Julian had a baby.
Yeah.
Aww.
I thought you meant Julian as a baby.
Yeah, that's what I thought you meant too. I was like,
when you talk to your friends and you're like, oh, babies, and you're like, oh, I wouldn't want a little Dom running around. Oh my god, that's the end of the world right there. That's how I was phrasing it.
It is the end of the world.
I agree. Don't need any little me's running around.
I'm just that's how I was trying to phrase it, I guess. It's just,
yeah,
a little Julian. But we found out it was a girl, so there's that too.
Yeah, and it was great seeing Ronnie back.
He was really grumpy.
Well,
it's a Speed Force.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm still not convinced he's dead.
He got,
even though the Speed Force said he
is.
Yeah,
did they actually say he died?
To be completely honest, that's what solidified it. It's like, oh well, I guess he's
really
dead.
Did they actually say he died though?
Who?
Ronnie. Did they say for sure he died, or did they word it like his actions? This is why this never happened. Like, I have to go back and check that because I don't remember
You're
them
right.
actually saying he died.
No, they might not have.
So
Yeah, they might not have.
not completely solidified for me. Because we're seeing things that never existed too. So like can't just go off of everything that we see in there as things that are dead because that's not true.
And also, like, Ronnie was dead before Flashpoint, and then they were talking about how Flashpoint, like, in the Speed Force, it was all talk about how Flashpoint made all these things not come to be. But Ronnie was already dead before Flashpoint, so the whole baby and Caitlyn thing, it just didn't,
I don't think he was referring to Flashpoint. I think he was just referring to what happens with Barry and stuff, but even that wasn't his fault. Like,
when Barry screws up, inevitably, like, just whenever, generally. It's a
because he was still Firestorm at that point. It wasn't, like, pre-particle accelerator, Ronnie.
Yeah.
It was Firestorm Ronnie. So I think they were talking about the sacrifice. Ronnie was the sacrifice or whatever for that particular situation. But once again, I don't think I'm gonna have to go back and watch. I do not think that they mentioned Ronnie dead.
They might not have. And to be fair, they didn't mention Snart being dead either. They just said Snart sacrificed.
Oh yeah. They said sacrifice.
They did not work the word death into there.
Yeah.
I think they have explained it about Snart's death is that, when he sacrificed himself, his being got spread across the time thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think as Rachel put it, Mike TV
thing
from Willy Wonka.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
He could be watching over them being like, you idiots, come on.
He probably, that is what he would do.
Mm-hmm.
To judge and critique everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when they said that we were going to get Snart as a reoccurring character on The Flash, this is not what I expected.
No.
First
the flashback, now the Speed Force is using his face.
Yeah, this is the second time we've seen him back, and I was just like, oof. Not what I was hoping for, but I was just hoping he got dropped back off on, his timeline afterwards, and...
Yeah.
No, not the case.
Yeah. I really like how they worked in the past bits of technology that Cisco's used. The thing he used to get Barry out of the Speed Force, they kind of like put it all together to make the tether or whatever they call the...
HR was on a roll this episode.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
No, HR was on the floor this episode.
Well, yeah, after Jesse gave him a good old punch to the face. But I mean, when
that
it came
should have broke his neck. Let's be serious. The force and speed in which that hit him, he should not be alive right now.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about, like, the ideas he was giving Cisco and things like that. Yeah. Like, he was just, like, on the ball. And then there was the part where it was happening off to the side when there was a big thing going down with Jesse, and you could see HR and Caitlyn with the drumsticks, like, pestering each other. And it was just off screen enough that, you wouldn't really notice if you were just watching the show. You're kind of, like, focused on what's happening with Jesse. But they were just being idiots in the side. It was crazy.
So HR was, like, swinging his drumsticks around near her, and she grabs one away from him, and then he's, like, trying to get it back, and she's poking him.
It was
really funny. That gave me, like, an Avengers 1 feel, like when Tony Stark was poking Bruce Banner.
Yeah.
Oh, it's very funny. Yeah, and I think what impressed me the most about HR this episode was his idea about S.T.A.R, about his armor protecting something squishy.
Mm-hmm.
And that you see he's smart.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially on the fly like that.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I don't know. I'm happy with HR.
It seems like HR thinks the best under pressure. They've had all this time to sit there and wonder about S.T.A.R, and it's never come up before. But when he's under pressure, you see the cogs turning, and he's trying to vocalize what he's thinking, and it's just boom, and then he figures it out, and But Jessie was stupid this episode too.
Well, she was taking a page out of Wally's book, which
and they're both taking pages out of Barry's book.
Yeah.
Yep.
They've learned from
Yeah.
the worst.
Yeah.
Not
And
the
which
best.
Maybe it's just all speedsters because I mean Eobart's being stupid too, but that's a whole different story.
And it makes me think that maybe this all is a test from the Speed Force for Barry, and he is failing. Maybe the lesson isn't that he has to do this all alone. Maybe it's something else.
I hope they don't
'Cause
reveal that Savitar actually is the Speed Force, because then I'll be really mad.
It seems very different because Savitar talks about himself singular.
Yeah.
The Speed Force talks about
The way he was
themselves,
talking,
a collective.
the way he was talking, I think he even mentioned something like "I am your future" or something like that. He said something like that, and I'm like, Did you just admit that you're Barry from the future? Like,
I mean, we have theorized that, so it's
all right. I'm getting an idea.
I knew I smelled something burning.
My brain's overheating. So the Speed Force refers to itself in as a plural. It's made up of many. What if Savitar is just one part of the Speed Force?
Could be.
that rebellious child that you have to put a lock and key on their bedroom and make sure they have bars on their windows, and then they get out and then it's just all hell breaks loose and there's a big party with a cask of beer and solo cups all over the place.
A cask? A keg?
Yeah.
A keg of
Keg.
beer.
No, not a keg. A wooden cask of beer.
Yeah.
A cask of wine.
With the spout, and you can have a cask of beer.
Okay.
Yeah. They are no. See, Savitar is that rebellious that he has to get fancy.
Mm-hmm.
The casks are fancy.
He goes back to the Middle Ages.
I want a swimming pool full of beer.
That's wasteful. You don't want that shit up in your cooch.
I didn't say I was swimming in it. And I don't have a cooch.
Anyway. So maybe he's like part of the Speed Force, and they want him back.
Possible.
Maybe that's why
I wouldn't
Speedster
want
has
him
to
back.
take his place.
Well, I feel like it is literally one speedster has to remain to maybe power the Speed Force at all times.
But yeah, I don't know. It's a prison, so it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like someone needs to be there in order to make it function. It feels like it's more of the only way to leave is for someone to take your place.
Yeah, and like that's how I feel it is. But at the same time, if Savitar was the first and Barry just put him in there, who was in there before Savitar and where are they now?
Was anyone in there before Savitar? Is the question.
I don't know. So this is a brand new prison that was just created and the rules have been established now that it always has to contain one speedster.
Well, no, not that the rule is that it always has to contain one speedster. Just for somebody to leave, someone needs to take his place. Not that there always has to be one, but just for somebody to leave.
Right.
I don't know. Still don't know enough. Just that it happens in the future, and Barry does it. Thanks, Barry. I like how the part of Savitar's armor was trying to get back to the rest of him.
Yeah.
And my brain went Iron Giant, and Cisco immediately said Iron Giant, and I'm like...
Cisco's on point with the references this episode.
Oh, the Buzz Lightyear one?
Yep. To infinity and beyond.
I rolled my eyes at that one. I was like, nah, dude, stop. That one's forced.
Yeah, and Barry's just like all serious and shit. And...
Was it forced just because we didn't have a Star Wars reference this episode?
No, you're forcing it.
I'm forcing it now.
I'd make a Zelda pun, but I don't want to try and force it.
Oh, Triforce.
Thanks for explaining it, Nikki.
Got it. Okay.
And there was one line Jessie had. She was talking to HR. She's like, if my father were here, he'd do everything he could to stop S.T.A.R.
The one would be no. Yes, he would, but at the same time, he'd lock you up in some sort of container where you can't get out. He's not going to let you stop S.T.A.R. He's going to, try and get everyone else to do it, except for you.
He's going to be
My only
so
thought
mad
was-
when he finds out that they sent her to another Earth on top of it.
She decided to do that on her own.
Yeah, but Cisco still sent her.
But I bring it up because that line made me think, oh, Harry is S.T.A.R.
Hmm.
And maybe like that was a foreshadow. I don't know. But also he says he has big plans for Jessie. Not in the like I'm gonna kill you kind of a plan, but in the
Right.
I want to mold your powers kind of a plan.
Yeah, and like the thing about Jessie leaving to go to Earth 3, what bothers me, she's like Earth 3 needs a speedster, needs a hero. What
Earth
what
2
about Earth
doesn't?
2? You know?
Exactly. I was upset with that as well.
Oh, it's confirmed that there are other good metas on Earth 1 or Earth 2, right?
Yeah,
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. Is it confirmed? I mean, I think we can assume.
Because I remember
not
Earth 3
alone.
being the one where being a good guy is frowned upon,
Oh.
whereas, we're
No,
being...
that's not any of those Earths. We
No?
haven't come into
That's
that
what
Earth
it
yet.
was in the comics.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm getting mixed up then. But yeah, I'm assuming that they're... I don't even know. They really don't give you that much information on the other Earths other than, the main characters that come over.
No, I mean we spent a little time on Earth 2, but there were no other speedsters there.
No.
It was
Well, I
just
mean-
it was just Jay Garrick who was actually Hunter Zolomon.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Zum.
Yeah, and that's Barry remembers him when the Black Flash comes in,
Mm-hmm.
and he says his name. So
Yep.
I mean that he remembers how he left him. So
That's good. At least Barry's owning up to things that he's done
yeah.
sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes. But the engagement's off.
Yeah, and I mean Barry was worried in the beginning. He's like, "Did I lose you, Iris?" And then in the end, he's just like, "We need space." It's like,
So
Well, I know.
That's what I meant by Barry's being stupid.
yeah, well, yeah. Just like, why?
Ah,
I don't understand. I don't get it.
either do
Is he-
I.
Is he pushing her away to protect her?
I'm thinking
we've
this
seen
is
how
another.
well
I'm thinking it's another plan to save her.
Oh, yeah, well, we've seen how well pushing somebody away to protect them has worked before.
Yep. Because I mean, I guess his thought is, if you can't put the ring on her finger and have her engaged for the future, that if they're not together in the future, then maybe S.T.A.R won't go after her.
The stupid Barry.
No, S.T.A.R knows that Barry is gonna love her to death no matter what, whether they have a ring on each other's finger, if they're married, or what. He knows this. And she's always gonna be Barry's weak spot. It doesn't, like,
His kryptonite.
Barry is stupid. I can't say it any other way than other words. Barry is stupid.
Then in a different voice, like a Cookie Monster type voice.
Yes.
Okay.
For the Cookie Monster to tell us that Barry is stupid.
Cookie.
Cookie.
What if now they
Cookie
live
starts
in the
with C.
future and it's somebody else instead of Iris?
Like Julie
murder.
Greer.
What?
Julie Greer, the writer of the...
Yeah, the new journalist.
Oh,
Writer.
Julie Greer is actually a name from the comics.
I thought I looked it up and I couldn't find it. What did you find?
That she was a reporter that had the first interview with the Flash's son or something like that?
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, because it is 2024.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But that, I mean, if it's 2017, 2024 isn't that far away. Never mind. I mean, Joe said, "Oh, that's a while ways away." But if we're talking like offspring, that's not that far away.
Yeah, but if it was Barry's son, it would be 5 years old.
Yeah. And
6,
why
7.
would a child need, an interview?
Well, that's in the comics.
Yeah.
That's not what the article is about.
I know. I mean, we know Julie
Yeah,
Greer
Julie
has
Greer
some
was a
sort of
reporter
impact.
for KN News. While covering a ferry accident, she scored the very first, albeit brief, interview with Jai West, the son of the Flash.
Okay.
So,
Well, now we know that.
but I think
Okay.
when they say the Flash, they're referring to Wally's son, actually, because Jai West, it would be Jai
Oh.
Allen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
I don't think it was an interview as the son of the Flash, but an interview with Jai West, as in
Yeah. As a
just
person.
a person. Yeah.
Yeah. As a person being on the ferry or
Yeah.
however that was. Yeah, I got it.
Mhm. So the
my
Speed
God.
Force.
In the comics, Wally West and Linda Park end up together. What?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'm done looking at this.
I thought I told you that.
No, I thought it. You said I thought it was Barry. I don't know.
No, it was.
I'm
It's
done.
Kid Flash.
I'm done.
Second Flash.
I'm gonna. If I start going through the depths of Flash
Down the rabbit
wikis, I will never surface, never return.
Yeah. Anyway, what I was gonna say, the Speed Force tells Barry, "We can't let you make any more choices like that." So that makes me wonder if they're going to step in and intervene if Barry tries to make a dumbass decision again.
Maybe.
Maybe they've said this before, but it was in the future, and they're just reiterating it, and that's what S.T.A.R is.
Does the Speed Force know who S.T.A.R is?
I would assume. Yeah.
So if the Speed Force was Barry, don't you think they'd be a little more direct about it?
They're not allowed to be.
You mean if S.T.A.R is a piece of the Speed Force and Barry is S.T.A.R?
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's sort of like the trick of time travel is you can't tell yourself exactly what it is, or it'll never happen.
Says you.
Says me. That's why I said trick and not rule, because fuck the rules.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know, for the first time ever, I think I'm going into the big bad not really knowing who it is, like feeling confident about it. Like I feel like it could be 2 or 3 people here. Like for Reverse Flash,
and it could be none of them.
For Reverse Flash, we were really positive that it was Wells. For
we were half right.
Well, yeah, and for
it was Wells.
And for yeah, well, you were also right. You were saying that it was you were mentioning how it was Eobard in the comics, and like you were pretty much 100% on.
No, because I thought that Wells was gonna be Reverse Flash, and then Eobard was gonna be Zoom.
Oh, okay.
Because I knew they were splitting that one character into 2.
Yeah.
I just didn't know how they were doing it.
And then for Zoom, even though I was wrong, I still felt confident that Zoom was Earth 2. I mean, I guess I was kind of right. No, I don't know. I said it was
Earth 2J?
Earth 2J, but Barry's father. That's who I was saying.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, no, you thought Barry's father was the Man in the Iron Mask, which
No, I thought Eddie was the man in the iron mask.
Oh, that's right.
So
we throw out so
but
many.
I mean, with those, it's throwing them out. But I was
Barry is
confident.
Prometheus.
No, but with those, I was confident. You know, even though I was wrong, I felt confident on them.
Yeah.
With Zoom, I don't have any idea.
Avatar.
You know?
Yeah.
Or it's Avatar, yeah.
Avatar.
I've been watching your guys' Arrow podcast off and on, and everybody's Prometheus. So why not Barry? I'm sorry, I just had.
No. It was my favorite thing to do.
It was a running joke.
I had a different theory about Prometheus. Sometimes more than one theory in one episode.
Yeah, it was a running joke that every week we were going to pick a different person to be Prometheus.
Yeah.
All right.
And like make a hard case against, you know, how they were Prometheus, not just like throw their name out there. But yeah, that was fun for a while. Now that Prometheus has been revealed, I'm still gonna do it.
Yeah.
It's like when the off-screen death thing, right? You're not gonna believe it, even though it's been. Okay, gotcha.
Still alive.
Yep.
Still alive.
Barry's Prometheus.
Barry's Prometheus. New theory. I got it, guys. I think I nailed this one.
It's Caitlin.
Caitlin.
Caitlin's baby from the future.
It's from the Flashpoint version that didn't. It's Flashpoint's Flashpoint.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep.
Wow.
I guess before we wrap up, I just really have to say I hate like the I am the lone hero and I alone must bear this burden. I think that's all just like a load of shit, and that's why I feel like, or I hope at least, that this is a test to show Barry he's an idiot and he can't do anything on his own. Because I really hate that.
Yeah.
I'm the only one in the entire multiverse who could do this one thing.
I mean, it's a little bit different when it comes down to it after they've been working together towards that point. It's like, oh shit, I have to do this. And then, it's more of a self-sacrifice, where right now it's basically all in his head, and it's almost like an ego trip. Like, I'm the only person who can do this. All these people behind him who can guide him and help him. He's just gonna walk around it and weave and bob and, do stupid Barry things.
I mean, the only way I could really accept it is if we find out that Savitar is Barry from the future, and Barry's the only one that can stop Barry. That will make sense to me.
I guess. I mean, Barry would know his own weaknesses at that point.
If it comes down to that's the direction they're pushing, because maybe Barry having the team help him is what created Savitar in the first place. So if Barry goes at this alone, he could change it and stop Savitar from being created. That's really the only way I could see the Speed Force. If they're telling the truth, if that's what their lesson is, then that's going to be the solution.
And I keep coming back to when we talk about Barry being Savitar. I keep coming back to the communication that future Barry sends to the Wave Rider.
Yeah.
Saying you can't trust me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Maybe like an older version of Barry's gonna show up. They're both gonna fight Savitar, but it's like, can you trust him?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's all. You guys got anything about this episode? This episode?
With that transmission, we kind of thought it was over and done with the invasion.
Yeah.
But there's more to it than that. It's not referring to just the invasion.
Yeah.
So, I think with that being said, it's kind of pointing that Barry is Savitar. It's been under our nose like the entire time.
Yeah. Or if he's not, there's something about a future Barry we can't trust.
Yep.
If he's, at the very least.
Yep.
Guys, Darren Criss is going to be in the next episode.
Hmm.
Who's it?
Darren Criss. From Glee. It's also in Harry Potter musical. Very Potter musical.
The very Harry Potter musical.
Trying
Yes.
to name space, trying to connect them, not happening.
He's gonna be the Music Meister.
Yes, we're gonna see it next episode. Which is funny because Grant Gustin was in Glee. Anyway.
Oh,
there.
him. Awesome.
Yes.
Good choice.
Yes. Barry and the team are surprised. Oh yeah, right. It's called Duet. Barry and the team are surprised when Mon-El and Hank Henshaw arrive on their Earth carrying a comatose Supergirl who was whammied by the Music Meister. Unable to wake her up, they turn to Team Flash to save her. However, the Music Meister surprises the Flash and puts him in a similar coma, one that Team Flash can't cure. Kara and Barry wake up without their powers in an alternate reality where life is a musical and the only way to escape is following the script.
Now,
complete with singing and dancing.
Seeing as this is the second part of the crossover, we could assume now that on Supergirl this week coming up, that it's going to end with her in the coma, and they're going to go, and they're going to go look for help. So we kind of know that kind of ruins the ending of the Supergirl episode for us, but I feel like that doesn't take anything away from it, because it's going to be the journey, this episode, not the end,
Yes. So. We're back to the extensive Flash synopsises. I know, like, the last couple weeks have been...
Well, I think this is just because it is part of a two-parter. It's the back half of it that they kind of have to explain what the hell's going on. Yeah, and it's... this has been known that this was going to be this episode and this plot for a long time. Yeah. So I think that's also why. Yep, probably. Yep. So, Dom, where can the people find you? You can find me down below contemplating the future and whether or not Barry's evil at Phenomedom, Phenomedom. Do. Phenomedom. Nikki, where can they find you?
On Twitter at LadyVenom24, LadyYvenom24.
And you can find me at Cleomoto. You can find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows and other things. Till next time, when we sing and dance. Toodle-la-la-la.
Speak for yourself. I'm not singing or dancing.
Oh, God.
You're off the podcast.
See ya.